Hello and welcome back to another Talking Tale video. In today's one, we're going at the TMNT, the Archie Adventures, issue number 49. And this issue is one which I got a feeling I'm probably going to struggle with in terms of actually reviewing this one, just because there's hardly anything in this issue to actually really talk about. I mean, there are some like decent stuff in this one, such as like we get to see Dante go to this strange world, we'll get to see the Sons of the Silence aliens, they're there, and also we get to see the Turnstone, that's back as well, and then I've got like a little side plot where we're going to see the other turtles, the Nova Posse going off to try and fight this alien ruler. But I mean, other than that, it's going to be an extremely hard one to talk about because again, there's like hardly anything here. So yeah, okay, so with the first bit which I want to talk about, it's with Donatello and the Sons of Silence aliens and the Turnstone, just because Don appears in this like white space naked for some reason, but I didn't bother to take any of his clothes. He for some reason really got rid of all his clothes, his bandana, his all the belts. It seems a bit weird, and that's when he notices the aliens and he tries to get in contact with them. And that's when he realizes that, oh yeah, like these aliens, even though they're talking to me, they're not talking like through their like mouths, they're talking with like their minds, which I thought was quite interesting. I mean, the only thing which I do find weird so far is the fact that Donnie is the only one that can hear them. Just because later in the issue we do get to see Sunroth, he returns, as well as some of the aliens from, I think it was like last issue, I think it was. And like they appear, but they don't hear anything from the aliens. So I'm quite curious to hear as to like why they're like this and that kind of stuff. But other than that, there isn't really too much to this bit here. I mean, we do get to see Sunroth and the alien, like I already mentioned. They come into this world and they try to attack each other. However, because of how this world is set up, they can't hurt each other. But the alien, he decides to grab the orb and then just incinerates. And I was quite surprised by this death with how like graphic it was, with like showing the skin burning off and we get to see the bones underneath. It wasn't something which I was expecting, but I did quite enjoy it with how dark it was. And then there also was up something which was also like rather fascinating, was the fact that they mentioned the Dante's destiny and asked if Donnie believes in his destiny and all that kind of stuff. And from what I remember, they don't actually talk about this in the actual issue beyond that. But from what I remember, like, I think it was like an earlier issue when the Turtles were in Japan. Donnie got go off to see the radioactive plants and all that kind of stuff. And that's when he saw a white light and talking about his destiny and all that kind of stuff. I remember something like that. So I do have to wonder, like something like that was gonna play into this story arc here. I doubt it, but I feel like at the same time it would be cool if they do tie things back to it, if I'm remembering things correctly. I really hope I am, if not then yeah, they can probably forget that bit. So yeah. And then for the other part of the story, where you get to see the Turtles, they team up with the Nova Posse in the other part of the universe to stop the black hole from growing, and also trying to stop this dictator called Mazul. And basically Mazul, he's taking advantage of the situation, and I don't blame him really. He's just taking advantage of all the planets that are in danger, taking people to safety and then using them to build up his empire, which yeah, I can't blame him. If I was in that situation, yeah, I'll probably do the same as well. It is a very he definitely has a he definitely saw a opportunity and definitely took it. It might not be the right opportunity, but he took the right one for his situation, and I can't blame him for that. So yeah, I mean, other than that, we did get to see the Turtles and their posse. They go over to the planet and they try to sneak in. However, because of it's Turtles, things do slightly go wrong, and they are noticed by all the aliens. And they go inside, and I mean, other than that, there isn't really all too much I can really say. I mean, just because even though they go inside, we do get to see Mazul. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe it's you. But then he later hears on his communicator that there's something going wrong. And that's when we do get to see Donnie on the final page holding the turnstone and with a bright light, which he has a very God mode kind of vibe going on here, which it looks cool for Donnie. but at the same time, I'm very curious to see what's actually going to be happening with the turnstone and all that kind of stuff. From what I can remember, I think Donnie actually stops the black hole with the turnstone, or something along those kind of lines. I'm not too sure what's how it all ends, which I think is a good sign. But yeah, so I'd just say for overall for this issue, it's not a bad issue. I just don't think that this was the strongest issue from this story arc. I do find there to be like some rather interesting things within this issue, such as like seeing Donnie with the turnstone, the Sons of the Silence aliens, and the graphic death bit there, and then talking about the whole Destiny kind of thing with Donnie. I do find see those things are like, rather interesting, fascinating to see like where this could go next with this whole story arc, because I got a feeling that this all plays a big role in those those parts of the story. I just can't specifically remember what the role they actually do play in. I mean, the other stuff with the other turtles, Ninjara, Nova Posse, the other part of the universe with Cuddly and all that kind of stuff, that was the stuff which I would enjoy a lot more, just because that felt like it was the bit that had the most going on, or felt like it was the thing that would definitely expand the story a lot more. However, just with the way they went around with the story, it felt as though they weren't really developing that part of the story all too much, and even though it got some stuff set up for next issue, I can't really say that it's just stuff which I'm most interested in whatsoever, which is a real shame, because it just seemed like the more interesting part with, got aliens and war and, genocidal maniacs and all that kind of stuff. Classic Turtle stuff. But it just, I don't know, with the way that I went around it, where they haven't really developed the story whatsoever, or really set up anything really that fascinating, because they're really trying to show off Donnie's stuff, which is going to be a lot more important. It just feels like we're just wasting a lot of time on that kind of stuff, which possibly won't even be that fascinating after you read all of it. But yeah, I mean, the only other thing which I really got to say is for this whole story is that I do find it weird how then in the last issue they set some stuff up with the intergalactic war kind of things, and also the black hole kind of thing, but then in this issue they pause it, but then they don't really set anything else up for the next issue. But I know that in some weird and miraculous way they're going to solve everything, but they haven't really set up any sort of story point to actually push us in that direction, to actually see where this could all go, other than Donnie having the turnstone. But I guess we'll wait and see about that. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's it for today, guys. Please subscribe and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.